Batman arrives at a crime scene and finds a dead guard. He finds he can shift through a wall and contacts the Justice League. Inside, a bunch of supervillains are robbing a bank full of diamonds. One of them keeps watch outside and spots Batman, but Batman is too slick. Another one attacks Batman and drops him, but Batman fights back. He holds his own against them and redirects a beam, knocking the ceiling. Finally, the Justice League arrives to aid him and even the playing field. They dodge an attack before Green Lantern goes after one of them. Flash checks up on Batman, and every hero goes after one of the culprits. Ace gets the drop on Superman, while Wonder Woman fights the Queen. Flash searches the entire complex for the final boss, except for the last vault. The bad guy fires a laser at Flash inside, but he's too fast. Batman comes up with a plan to flank him, and they go. Green Lantern is still fighting one of the culprits, and finally shoots her down. Superman lasers his way out of a predicament and easily stops Ace, ripping him to shreds. Martian Manhunter tries to take out the King but gets zapped. Batman tries to flank the boss, but it's a distraction till Flash gets him. Suddenly, Martian Manhunter crashes and the King has escaped, but he runs straight into Cyborg. Cyborg tells them that they were using multi-dimensional weapons, and they begin questioning the King. Wonder Woman lassos him and he says that he doesn't know who gave them the tech. Martian Manhunter reads everyone's mind, but no one knows anything. They try to call quits, but Batman is adamant that he'll keep looking till he finds something. He sets off on his own and enters the Batmobile, where something mysterious is going on. He gets to the Batcave where Alfred is waiting for him. Alfred won't let him work until he gets proper medical attention, eats, and sleeps. Suddenly, Mirror Master comes out of the Batmobile mirror and begins hacking into the system. He's stealing information for someone else and quickly gets out the same way he came in. Later on, Bane is attacked by a crocodile, but he quickly snaps its neck. He's met by Sapphire and Metallo as well as other villains. A huge ship comes out of the water and invites them inside, and they all enter. Inside, they are welcomed to the Hall of Doom by Vandal Savage. They were invited by him to create a team against the Justice League. They all tried and failed multiple times, but Savage has a plan for each Justice League member. He's prepared to pay them all the money in the world to do so he can begin his plan for reshaping the world. Later, Bruce is looking through the footage and gets news that his parents' caskets have been stolen. Suddenly, Bane attacks him from behind and knocks him out. Meanwhile, Martian Manhunter is celebrating his birthday and gets a cake. He receives a mysterious drink from a pretty lady and drinks it, but she knows who he is. It appears to be another Martian. At the same time, Cheetah is fighting Wonder Woman, and they're really getting into it. As that is happening, Barry Allen is investigating a murder, but hears of a robbery going on involving Mirror Master. He changes into his suit and gets there. Green Lantern gets to a federal case involving a terrorist group hiding out inside a salt mine. There are hostages inside, and that's where Green Lantern heads to. He navigates his way, but they open fire at him, and he quickly takes them out. Meanwhile, the Flash arrives at a crime scene and saves a bunch of cops. He looks around the train until he finds Mirror Master, and he opens fire at him, but it is a hologram, a bunch of them. Flash tries attacking, but none of them are real. Bruce is still getting his ass handed to him by Bane, but all he cares about is the location of his parents' bodies. Flash finds the actual Mirror Master but finds a hostage he's holding. It's a trap for Flash as he gets a bomb bolted through his wrist trying to save the hologram. Flash can't remove it, and once he stops running, the bomb will explode. Martian Manhunter was poisoned by the fellow Martian, and he is set on fire, which is his only weakness. In Metropolis, someone is standing on top of a building trying to kill himself. Clark Kent gets a call of what's happening, and he gets on his way. Green Lantern finds the terrorists and warns them, but he activates a drill to kill the hostages. Green Lantern stops it, but he knocks over the mine. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman is still fighting Cheetah, and she drugs her before running away. The drug makes her see things, and she sees everyone as Cheetah. Superman flies to the man and tries to talk to him, but the man is suicidal. Green Lantern saves the men, but they tell him there's still one more woman being held hostage. He heads deeper inside before he's fired at once again, but he starts seeing things. He deals with the shooters, but the woman is held at gunpoint and the captor detonates a bomb, killing himself and the woman. Green Lantern is filled with guilt as he digs out the woman, but he sees a woman identical to her. She suddenly turns into Sapphire and guilt trips him into taking off his ring, and he breaks down in tears. Superman is still talking to the man who's depressed. He's losing his job. The man finally drops his gun, but suddenly shoots Superman with a kryptonite bullet. It was Metallo all along, and Superman falls to his demise. Wonder Woman is overcome with battle rage and continues fighting, while Martian Manhunter is still in flames. Green Lantern is still crying, and Flash is still running. It's not looking good for the Justice League, who have all been defeated. Later on, Bruce wakes up to a phone call. He wakes up trapped inside a casket next to his parents. He's been buried alive. The Legion of Doom have a laugh and celebrate how easy it was to dispatch the Justice League. Each person was successful in taking out their enemy thanks to Savage's plans. They decide to stay and be part of Savage's plans, but he plans to eradicate 2/3 of the population, explaining that he is older than the human race. 80,000 years ago, he was a caveman. A meteor shower hit, and he decided to check it out. He slept next to the radioactive meteor. He became more intelligent and immortal. They test his theory, and he dies LOL. Savage wakes up and knocks Cheetah down. Savage explains that he's done everything there is to do. 75,000 years ago, a disaster nearly ended humanity. He enslaved the survivors and ruled over the earth, and he was happy. Now he's doing it all over again. He thinks humanity needs to be oppressed so they can appreciate being alive. The Legion becomes their generals or perish. Finally, he shows them his ultimate weapon. Bruce is still trying to escape. His unwavering determination doesn't falter as his hands bleed. He then crawls out of the dirt, ready to deliver the smackdown on someone's candy ass. Wonder Woman is still battling in this royal rumble, her battle rage out of control. Cyborg arrives at the scene to find that the police are attacking Wonder Woman. It turns out that Wonder Woman is seeing ordinary people as Cheetah. Her pulse is off the charts. Cyborg goes to talk to her, but again, she doesn't register who he is. He tries talking to her, but she attacks. She doesn't stop, but Cyborg fights back. He tries to talk again and explains that she's been infected and is seeing things, but she's still not listening. Finally, Cyborg is able to drop her before he dispatches the nanotechs inside her. Bruce is researching what happened and is told Superman has been shot. He calls Flash, but Flash is still running because of the bomb. He finds that Martian Manhunter is still on fire. He concludes that the Justice League is under attack by Batman. Cyborg patches himself up, and Batman contacts the Justice League. Cyborg is the key to all of this. Batman warns everyone not to do anything by themselves and tells Flash to run into an iceberg. Wonder Woman reaches Martian Manhunter underwater, where he's somehow still burning, and saves him. Flash runs through an iceberg, and the bomb explodes inside, but Flash gets knocked out. He's fine though, and Batman rallies them to save Superman and Green Lantern. Martian Manhunter is suspicious of Batman, who somehow knows how to treat him. Batman finds Hal Jordan, who's mourning the girl's death. Batman tells him that they were all androids to convince Hal that he made a bad call, but he was infected with Scarecrow's fear gas. They get back to business, and Batman admits that he's behind all of this. Superman is still in critical condition as they can't pierce his skin. Batman arrives and tells Cyborg that he's going to do it, handing him a piece of kryptonite. Cyborg uses it to laser Superman and cuts him open. Then Martian Manhunter slips inside him to retrieve the bullet. Immediately, Superman is healed and comes back, and the crowd rejoices. The group looks at Batman, who later explains what happened at the Justice League headquarters. He explains that it was a coordinated attack on the League. The plans that were used were Batman's. He had created contingency plans for each member of the League should they ever turn evil, but Savage altered them to kill. Everyone is outraged, but Batman explains that it was necessary in case anyone ever went rogue. Cyborg tries to leave the awkwardness, but they force him to stay. Batman shows them how Mirror Master stole the plans, but they all know that he's not that clever. Someone else is behind this. But you see, Batman has a contingency plan for the contingency plan. Back at the Legion of Doom, Savage shows them the weapon that will hit the sun, releasing solar flares that will kill half the world's population and stop all technology. Suddenly, Martian Manhunter arrives with the rest of the Justice League. A fight breaks out and the heroes are out for revenge. Superman Cesaro swings Metallo.
Oh my God! Oh my God! That is the most amazing feat of strength!
Metallo whips out the kryptonite before beating him down. Green Lantern fights Sapphire, and she catches him with her powers. Flash fights Mirror Master and breaks off his copies one by one, but it's not that easy. Wonder Woman continues fighting with Cheetah in an evenly contested matchup. The Martians fight one another, and it turns into Ben 10. Batman is being whooped by Bane, and Bane increases his dosage to the maximum. Wonder Woman manages to knock Cheetah down, but she shoots her with a laser gun. But Wonder Woman subdues her and knocks her out. Batman puts these hands on Bane before he is grabbed by the Giant. Cyborg reaches the missile controls and aborts the launch, but he is stabbed from behind by Savage before Savage kicks him off the platform. Flash continues taking out copies of Mirror Master before finally knocking the original one out. The Ben 10 fight continues as Savage triggers the missile manually. Cyborg comes back and zaps Savage, but he's taken out again. He launches the missile, and the fire burns away the evil Martian. Batman is still grabbed by Bane, but he cuts off his supply before knocking him out. Suddenly, the missile takes off as Metallo continues beating Superman. Finally, Superman has enough and destroys Metallo before flying off after the missile. Green Lantern is still struggling with Sapphire, but he beats her with the power of hope. After dodging her attacks, he slingshots her into a wall and catches her before she crashes. He takes away her power source, then Wonder Woman tells him the missile has been launched. As Superman flies after it, the missile releases multiple other missiles towards the sun. Superman tries taking them out one by one, but they're too much. He uses his laser beams to get them as he's nearing the sun. Unfortunately, he misses the final two, and they hit the sun, releasing the flares. Green Lantern arrives at the scene, but they have no clue how to stop it. Cyborg tries to jump Savage but fails. Wonder Woman helps, and they manage to knock him out. Superman comes back and says they have minutes left till the flare hits. Green Lantern tries to block it off and slow it down using the ring. Superman suggests moving the entire planet out the way, but Batman is allergic to stupid. Batman grabs Savage to get the info, but Cyborg tells them of his plan. The building they're in can create a signal that will protect them from the solar flares. Everyone gets to work. Superman lifts the entire building into the atmosphere. Batman and Cyborg get to hacking, and Green Lantern is still buying them time. The Flash gets running, and Martian Manhunter connects the satellite with the building. Green Lantern's shield fails, and they use the building as a successful way to shield the Earth, covering it with a protective barrier. The flares bounce off as the satellite is getting hit, but Earth is just fine. The League watches in amazement as they have just saved the entire planet. In the aftermath, Superman tells them that Savage has been sentenced to life. Cyborg has been inducted into the Justice League. They hold a vote as to whether or not Batman should be kicked out of the League, and they give him a chance to speak, but it goes just as well as you'd expect it to.
My actions don't require any defense.
After telling them that the Justice League is too dangerous to be left unchecked, he storms out of the League as they don't see the reason for those plans, but Superman goes after him. He tells Batman that he made plans for everyone except for himself. Batman responds that the Justice League is his contingency plan. Superman hands Batman a kryptonite bullet just in case he ever goes rogue, a sign of trust before Batman leaves. The day is saved and the planet is still in one piece, for now. This was the first time we got to see Batman's infamous contingency plans being put into action. It is the famous argument that with prep time, Batman can beat anyone. But we kind of disagree, because as we saw, no one died. People need to accept, no matter how much they want to, that no matter how hard Batman tries, he'll never beat Superman. Well, this brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one. Your support helps us grow. And tell me what you think about this film. What do you think of Batman's contingency plans? Was he in the right to create them? Or was it a breach of trust to create such deadly plans for the rest of the Justice League? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.